My name is George Hill, and I am 70 years old. I live alone in a small wooden house at the edge of the forest. It is a quiet place. Every morning, I drink my tea near the window, watching the sun touch the trees and the fog dance above the grass. The world outside is calm, but inside my house, it is always silent. I used to live here with my wife, Mary. She loved the sound of birds. She said their songs were like tiny prayers, simple, short, but full of life. Mary died 5 years ago, and since then, I have not heard music in my house again, until one cold winter morning. It was early. The sky was gray, and the wind was sharp. I went outside to bring in some firewood when I saw something on the ground. A little brown bird, no bigger than my hand, was lying there in the snow. Its small wings trembled, and it made a weak sound. I knelt down and said, "Hey, little one, what happened to you?" The bird looked at me, blinking slowly, as if it understood. I took off my scarf, gently wrapped the bird inside it, and brought it into my warm kitchen. I made a small box, filled it with soft cloth, and placed the bird inside. It was scared at first, breathing fast, but when it felt the warmth, it closed its eyes and stayed still. I smiled and said, "You can rest now. You are safe here." From that day, the little bird became my guest. I called it Sunny because I found it on a cold day, but it made my house feel warm again. Every morning, I gave Sunny small pieces of bread and a few drops of water. When I spoke, it tilted its head, as if it could understand my words. "Good morning, Sunny," I would say. "Did you sleep well?" And even though it never answered, the sound of its wings moving softly made me feel less alone. Days passed, and Sunny began to heal. Its wings grew stronger, and its voice returned. It sang small notes, short at first, then louder, brighter, until my whole house was filled with music again. Sometimes I sat near the window with my tea, and Sunny sat on the table beside me, looking outside at the trees. I told it stories about my life, about Mary, about the garden she loved, and the mornings when she used to sing with the radio on. The bird listened quietly, and in those moments, it felt like the world had stopped just for us. But one day, I knew what had to happen. The snow had melted. The air smelled of spring. Sunny's wings were strong again. I opened the window. The wind entered the room like an old friend. Sunny looked at me, then at the open sky. I smiled, though my heart felt heavy. "You can go now," I said softly. "You're free." The little bird chirped once, a bright, happy sound, and then it flew out of the window. I followed it with my eyes until it became a small dot in the blue sky. The silence that followed was painful but peaceful. For the first time in years, I cried, not from sadness, but from something I didn't have a name for. That night, the house felt empty again. The chair across the table was cold. The cup beside mine stayed untouched. I whispered into the air, "Good night, Sunny. Be safe out there." The next morning, I woke up early, the same way I always did. The forest outside was alive with light. I made my tea and sat by the window as usual. Then, I heard something, a sound so soft that I thought it was my imagination. A bird's song, familiar, gentle, and close. I looked outside, and there it was, Sunny, sitting on my fence, with 2 other birds beside it. They were singing together, the 3 of them, and the melody was brighter than any song I had ever heard. I laughed, and tears came to my eyes again. "Ah, you came back," I said. "Mary would love this." Sunny stayed on the fence for a while, singing as if to say thank you. Then the 3 birds flew away, but somehow I knew they would come back again. From that day, I never felt lonely. Every morning, I opened the window wide, and the birds came to visit, sometimes one, sometimes many. I always left a few crumbs of bread on the table near the window. People in the village sometimes asked me, "George, why do you always feed the birds?" I smiled and said, "Because one of them once fed my heart." The seasons passed. The flowers grew, the trees changed, and the birds kept singing. My house was still small and quiet, but it no longer felt empty. The silence was gone, replaced by a living song. A reminder that kindness always comes back, sometimes in the shape of wings. Now, every evening, when the sun sets behind the forest, I sit outside with my cup of tea. The light turns golden, and I hear the soft sound of feathers in the air. I close my eyes and whisper, "Thank you, Sonny. You gave me back my music."